Oh yeah. Well, have you ever been had? So yeah, thanks for joining me tonight on another stream. Yeah, we're going to be rewinding the ROUTEMASTER. So basically the idea is that I'm going to be rewinding the ROUTEMASTer right from the very beginning when it's been built, right down to as much as I possibly can to rebuild it. And as we go, we're going to be stripping all the panels off and putting them in bags and marking them all up as what issues they are, etc. And then at some point we're going to be painting these panels, and then we're going to be putting it all back together. We're going to be making this bus into a open top ROUTEMASTer. So, and the particular open top ROUTEMASTer that we're going to be doing is going to be one that me and Christine have actually ridden on in real life. So, and to just give you a picture, I'll do that in a second. Oh goodness me, where's my picture's gone? So the picture is here. And oh goodness me, where's the picture gone? There we are. So the picture is in top right hand corner. So the picture is here. If I remove myself from the screen, so we're going to be building an East Yorkshire ROUTEMASTer in them colours. East Yorkshire buses have already donated me the paint for this bus, which is very, very good of them. And yeah, it's actually going to be lovely to do. Going to be doing it in honour of Anna Karen, and Anna Karen, of course, was Olive on the buses. I didn't know Anna. I didn't know her personally, but yeah, it's going to be done it like in her honour, really, because she sadly passed away recently. So, right, one thing before we go on, and that is, if you've seen my last stream, so pack 4, issue stage 34 of Build the ROUTEMASTer, yeah, guess who didn't get the parts right? So I did, yeah. So when I was telling you about all them little parts, making sure that they are the right way around, guess who got them the wrong way around? Yeah, I did. So yeah, you can all have a good laugh. I'll allow you that. So there we are, and there's the proof. So we've got the side bars on now, down each side, and down the right hand side and down the left hand side, and they are nice and tight. All of them are nice and tight. They're all in properly. There wasn't the wrong way around. It was me. It was my fault. So always admit when you're wrong, and always come clean with it as well, because obviously if you don't, it'll come and bite you in the backside and one day. So yeah, so like I was saying, be very careful with them bars, them brackets, make sure that they are on the right way around. Okay, so, and oh goodness me, let me put that down. So, but there's the proof. As soon as I finished the stream, I thought, let's try them brackets on the other side and see what happens, and they was absolutely perfect. So yeah, I originally got the 2 brackets in the center wrong way around, so there we go. And as it happens, the 2 at the other side, they did screw into the holes all right, but they actually was the wrong holes. So there you go. Right, let's have a quick look at chat, and then we'll crack on with this ROUTEMASTer, which is just here outside of me. You can't see it at the moment. Right, okay, chat then. D Harris, evening again. Hi D. And we've got Crafty Chris. Hi D Harris, here we go again. Here we go again. Yeah, hi darling. So, and D Harris says, Crafty Chris indeed. BTR better than TV. Yeah, hopefully, and always admit when you're wrong as well. So David Bassett said, good evening again, and evening everyone. And then David Bassett says, ding ding, once more, Dave say. So Dave, there we go, ding ding. So if you're wondering what that is, that's just one of these counter bells. Yeah, picked it up from, I don't know, Amazon or somewhere, £4 or something like that. There we go. So more dings than a ding-a-ling. So, David Bassett says, good evening again, Crafty Chris and D Harris. And then D Harris says, evening again, David Bassett. And then Danno's Universe says, hello everyone. Hi Danno, thanks for joining. David Bassett said, hello again, Danno's Universe. And Crafty Chris says, when you show the full pic, you lose your sound. Yeah, I know. I gathered that. Yeah, sorry about that. I was just showing you the full pic of what this bus is going to look like in the open top way it's going to look. Okay, David, sorry, Danno's Universe said, hello, David Bassett. D. Harris says, evening again, Danno's Universe. And David Bassett says, glad you sorted the sidebars out, Dave. As well as Wayne says, you make mistakes, so we don't have to. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Yeah, it's awkward setting the show up as it is, and then thinking, you know, have you got this right? Have you got that right? Have you got the other right? And if you're having a bit of an off day, makes it even worse as well. So, but having said that, I'm trying not to be too negative. So, right. Okay, so Kevin Ellis. Hello, everybody. Hello, Kevin. Thanks for joining us. And if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. So we've got Max Modz saying good evening again. Good evening, Mark. And then we've got Danno's Universe saying hello again, Mark. And then we've got Max Modz saying hello again, D. Harris. And then we've got David Bassett saying hi again, Max Modz. And I think that's it for the time being. Yeah. So I'm going to star this comment. And every time I star a comment, they get a comment underneath it. Anyway, that's all right. So, okay, we've starred the comment. So let's get on then. So we've got round to issue 110 the last time. And if I was to remind you what we took off, it was this panel here. It was the outer trim panel for the front near side corner and the trim panels. So along with this issue goes the back domed panel. Okay, and that's how we fit that domed panel in this issue. Yeah, it tells you how to fit the domed panel in that particular issue of 110. But also that issue comes in 109. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to put 109 and 110 on the bag. And if you don't know my system, I'm using some zipper bags and a pen. And what I'm doing is writing on the zipper bag, on the writable bit there on the zipper bag, and I'm writing what the issue is, and then storing it in a sealable box out the way, so that putting the parts in, and then I've got to just simply work backwards again, or should I say forwards again, when we try and put it together. But obviously putting it together, there's going to be a lot of panels that we're going to have to spray. Some of these panels I aren't going to use, such as all these roof panels, so I will keep them as spares. And then of course all the screws, we'll keep them as spares as well, and the strips. So right, yeah, we're doing an unbuild. So 109, 110 unbuild together. Nice. Yeah. So well, we've actually done 110, and that's all actually bagged up. So I'm going to write on the bag 109, 110 for the rear dome. And the rear dome is actually going to play quite an important part in this rebuild, because the rear dome is part of where the emergency exit is. So we have to cut around the rear dome and then partially fit that back in, and then fill it in with some car body filler or something, and scratch build a little bit into it, and then scratch build the sides that go down each side of the top deck. So I'm going to mark the bag up as 110 and 109. So 109 and plus 110. Okay. So, and that will refer back to the other bag that we put 110 in, of course. So, yeah, just as proof, 109, 110 on the bag. So, let's get unscrewing, guys. Okay. So, I found my screwdriver, and then I'll change my camera, and then we'll get onto it. Oh, I've got some more comments first, so I'll quickly have a look at that. Good evening, says Kevin Ellis from David Bassett. Mr. Ellis. And Max Modz says, hello again, David Bassett. Crafty Chris says, hi, Kevin, and welcome. And yeah, you're warm welcome. And then David Bassett says, 109, 110 unbuilt together. Nice, yeah. And then David Bassett says, that's going to be tricky, cutting that dome down, Dave. Well, shall I tell you how I'm going to do it? Okay. Well, I have a Dremel. Okay, and I've just bought some mini cutting discs, so which are there. Okay, and these are diamond cutting discs. So, and yeah, I'm going to actually use these on with my Dremel. So I'm going to mark the panel where it wants cutting. I'm going to score the panel where it wants cutting, and then I'm going to very, very carefully use my Dremel and cut the bit of the panel out that I need cutting out. So yeah, no problem at all. So, and in my many years of experience of sorting things out like this, I suppose, panel cutting, panel beating, that sort of thing I used to do on the real buses. And you know, I've done awkward corner panels and panels that float down and things like that. So I can't see it being no problem, really. It's just a panel on a smaller scale. And yeah, we'll just take it nice and steady. What I will do, David, is I will practice on a piece that I have got spare of the roof panel that's actually dinted somewhere, that I've got put away somewhere. So I will practice on that bit first with my Dremel, because my Dremel, you can either speed it up, slow it down. You can set it to vibrate or non-vibrate. It's got all sorts of settings on it. So, like, hopefully I can get it nice and accurate with that, and then finish off with filing and sorting that out. So yeah. So you be careful with those discs, Dave. They have a tendency to shatter. Yes. Make sure you wear some proper eye protection. Yeah, I've got all that, David. I've got eye protection and masks and everything, and yeah, no problem whatsoever. Max says just be careful with the heat when cutting. Yeah, I'm going to be doing it in little bits. Not going to be doing it all at once. And then Alex Demetrius says, hello, Dave. Another great show. Good luck with the unbuilding. Thanks for that, Alex. And I'm sort of tempted to say, I've just seen your advert on the ROUTEMASTER group, and I was tempted to say, if I'm not interested, then David Buckingham might be interested. But having said that, if he's building bases for people, then they might have the black blocks, might they? So anyway, we'll think about that one. Right, let me star your comment and we'll go a bit further then. Change camera and we'll crack on as best we can. So let's see how many bits we can get off this ROUTEMASTER tonight. Okay, this goodness me, don't change the camera. This ROUTEMASTER is proving very, very popular, and thank you for that. Thank you very much. It's much appreciated. Something completely different, because we're actually unbuilding it, aren't we? We're not building it, we're taking it apart. So I've got my bag, got my screwdriver, so it's time for me to head over to the back end of this bus. So if the camera goes a bit funny, I'm sorry about that, guys, but it'll be because I'm flashing over the camera over the bus to get the screws out. And I've just had a nice slurp of tea. I'm keeping all the screws. So I've got a nice big screw box here with the screws in. So I'm keeping all the screws because obviously we're unbuilding it, but we're going to be building it back up again, aren't we? So we're going to need a lot of the screws. So I'm keeping the screws and I'm keeping the panels. And obviously the panels and bits and pieces will come in later on when we need them. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start and unscrew this back. I don't know whether you can actually see or not because it's a bit awkward back here. Getting the camera, because as you know, these buses are massive. With them being 27.5 inches long, they are quite impossible to get in the camera shot, really. That's the only down thing to this build, is that, you know, you need the equipment, you need cameras and long arms. And I've actually got this camera arm on the back end of one of these dining chairs, and I've got it fastened to the back end of a dining chair in our dining room, because this is the biggest place we have a table that's big enough to accept this build. And luckily, that's two screws inside. Luckily, this table actually also extends as well to twice the size it is now. So it's quite a size now, but it actually extends to twice the size. So I can manipulate the table, if you like, to whatever size that I fancy. So it's going to be quite a surprise what's going to be behind here as well. I don't know what electrics it's got, and I'm rather hoping that he's left us some sort of note as well inside here when he built it, but I don't know whether he has. So that's about half a dozen screws that's gone inside the bus. So, and the carpet monster the other night, when we did this the other night, it wasn't successful because I found them all. And we've still got the screw in between the decks, don't forget, which we've got, the strip in between the decks that we've got to find, which we'll do when we get it split in half. Now, the conventional way of splitting this bus up won't be exactly the same now. So I've got this strip off there, look. I'll just move it up there. In fact, I'll move it back there. So now we've got strips each side. So I've got it on the Lazy Susan, which was given to me by Werner Verwijn, which was lovely. Thank you ever so much. And I've got it on a board, and I've got it on the blue building mat that was given to me by D and Mark's Modz, which is Ian Campbell's Paintwork Upgrades one, which is absolutely invaluable. It really is. So we've got these strips to take off around the outside edge of these. These will actually come in very useful for the open top build. Both this framework here and this window here is going to be used, apart from this window here because it's got fogged up. I don't know whether you can actually see it. I don't think you can. So yeah, this window's fogged up. So yeah, we're going to be using this framework back here where the curve is, and that's going to form the curve of the front two windows for the open topper. So yeah, if you're watching this for the first time, you're probably thinking, well, this is strange. What's happening here? Well, we're actually taking it apart. So it was built by an elderly gentleman. The elderly gentleman sadly passed away, and his widow passed it on to somebody else, and he passed it on to somebody else, and he had to sell it because his wife wouldn't have it in the house. There's another strip that's off. That's the hockey stick strip, as we call it. So that goes around the back window, but we're going to need them for the front end. Okay, so that's them off then, right up to there. Okay, shall we start undoing the roof now as well? Taking these out the roof a little bit. Yeah. So yeah, I'm getting looking forward to actually converting and cutting the framework and everything. I'm going to take the top deck off as a whole once I get it a bit further down. Get the panels off, and I might take the top frame off, and then I might just unscrew the screws all the way around here and try and get the top deck off as much as I can. So I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with the electrics yet that's in there. Hopefully I can get to the plugs to unplug them. But I have noticed that there isn't a board in it, so hopefully we'll be all right. Just trying to look at the camera, see where we are. So I don't want to be in your way of the camera, guys, but I'm making it fuzzy with my hand. But I don't think I can get the camera any higher, can I? Oh, I can maybe. Maybe get the camera a little bit higher. So if you can't see, you'll have to shout at me. Mind you, I won't hear you because I'm miles away. So this was all screwed together with these very, very tiny NM screws, and someone on the ROUTEMASTER group actually counted all the screws for us and all the parts, and the screws that we got was just short of 3,000 screws. Okay, and they are weeny tiny ones, weenies. Yeah, a bit difficult to pick up on the camera. I'm trying to lean across and show you what's on the camera, what's on my hand. But yeah, they are very, very tiny screws. In fact, people come along and start rubbing the top of your bus like this and saying, "What's them? Are they rivets?" So no, the screws. Screws? Really? Yeah, the screws. And we put everyone in by hand. So yeah, very, very nearly 3,000 screws and very nearly 1,200 parts to this fabulous kit. So let me go back to the history of this one. So this one was, to cut a long story short, it was sold on Facebook Marketplace. I saw it advertised on Facebook Marketplace, and then it said Facebook there. Facebook Marketplace, and the guy wanted such a ridiculously cheap price. It was, well, unbelievable. I thought, well, I've got to go see that, and it was actually quite near as well from where I live. And as it happened on that day, we was actually passing where this was for sale, or very near enough. Anyway, that was my excuse. So we set off, and my lovely wife says, "What we're going to?" So I said, "We're going to see this bus." I said, "I can't believe it's this cheap." I said, I said it'd be worthwhile getting for spares, or I just want to see it and see what it's like. So anyway, I had a bit of cash left over from some stationary engines that I'd sold, and I said, right, if I'm going to invest my money back, I'm going to invest it back in something that I want. So I wasn't quite sure on what we was going to do with this, but obviously I wanted to see what condition it was in. And to be quite honest, I'm just finding more and more and more wrong with it, which is okay, because that it doesn't matter. Oh, where's that still gone? Don't know where it's gone. It's okay, because most of the things that's wrong with it, we're going to come across it and we're going to fix it anyway, as we're unbuilding it as it was, as we're going to be rebuilding it. So because I know this bus very well, because we've built 3 already, and we're building another 2 for Agora models, we said, well, pretty much anything that we want doing to this bus, we could do it. We know where to get the parts from and everything, to buy the parts if we need them. And I mean, up to now, we haven't needed anything really. So we have got a few spares as well that people have been giving us along the way. That's that strip off there. And so we've had some donations of parts, which has been very, very helpful. Thank you very much. I'm just picking up these screws and popping them in the pot there, and then they're out the way. Right, so this is ready to come off, so I'm going to get my bag. Okay, what's under here, guys? Keep your fingers crossed. So first of all, I'm going to find the strips. There's 3 strips, so there is 2 hockey stick strips. So there's one, and there's the other. My fingers aren't working very well. And that's the other one, and then we've got the one that goes around the back emergency door, which is that one. Okay, so that's going in there nice and gently. Then we've got this back panel. Okay, let's see if we've got everything off. Yes, we have. We've got everything off. Woohoo! There we go. So that's the back panel. It actually looks very nice and clean back there. So very nice and clean indeed. So yeah, shiny panel. Well, just let me put that back down a second, and all I'm going to do is cut inside there right the way around and round there, so it'll leave like a lip in here, and then the emergency door, I'll still go in there, but I'll leave a lip, and then we'll be able to use some of this framework and some of the plastic as well to infill in there. Okay. And then we'll be able to scratch build the corner bits that come out a bit. So the corner bits actually come out a little bit on each side. Okay. And then we'll have to fill it in with some car body filler. And then obviously sand it all down and spray it the colour that we want it. So, and this has got the typical scratch on it that we nearly always did, just by the emergency exit decal there. It's got a bad scratch there that somebody's tried to fill in. and it's got one or two blemishes where they've had paint on it and what have you. So it's not actually perfect, but it's perfect for what we want. So for now, it's going in this bag, and it's going to be safely tucked away. So I can get that in there very carefully. There we go. Yeah, it fits in lovely. And I'll zip the bag up, and then the strips and the bits and pieces are in there. So that's that one. So and I'm going to put on the Agora one for the time being. Have another slurp of tea, and tell you about this. So yeah, it's got some electrics in there, we can tell. It's got the upper deck lights in. Okay, well, we won't be using the upper deck lights in this because it's going to be obviously an open topper. So this framework here, trying to manipulate this now. There we go. This framework here is the framework I'll be cutting round there and round there, and then we'll be making the framework come round here and more, and then over that side, and then this part of the window frame here will actually be moved right to the front from the second window along from the front. So, and that'll be cut out of there and cut out of there, and then moved to the front, and then screwed and glued to the front. Okay, along with the interior panel, of course. So, because we need to keep the interior panels, the integrity of the interior panels good. One thing I've noticed on here is that the common mistake that everybody's been making, and that is they've broken this bracket on there for the mirror, the conductive mirror, so you can see down into the bus from the bottom deck. So they've broken that off there, which isn't a problem because we won't be using that anyway. And yeah, they've got pretty much all the wiring on for the top deck wiring, so that's good as well. But again, we won't be using that for the time being. But I may well be using that on another build. Who knows? Right. Okay, so let's move along then. So the next one, we'll have to have a look at the magazines now. So we've done 109, 110, so we can put them away. I might come and have a look at chat, I think, and see if we can get on a bit more. So I'm edging and putting it on there so that it doesn't run away. Right, what's the next one? Next one then must be 108. What's in 108? 108. Well, 108 is actually the rain guards and the grill for the front. Now, again, this one was partly done with the destination blind, apart from the rain hoods, these two rain hoods. So I think what I'll do is then just have a look at the next one. What's the next? The next one, 107, is actually the window finishing strips around the front there. So I can combine 107 and 108 quite nicely, can't I? Yeah, I can. I certainly can. So 107 and 108. So I need my bag marking for 107 and 108. Be helpful if I had a bag, wouldn't it? Not a hammer, a bag. If I had a hammer in the morning. I'm not sure how much of you guys are listening to me for my singing, or for my unscrewing skills, or for something else. So 107 and 108. 107 and 108. Okay, so that's 107 and 108 sorted now then, and that's proof for the bag. So, and we'll go to 107 and 108. So we'll have to go to the front end of the bus now. And sorry for the camera moving like this. And I'm not sure how much we can actually get in this way, but we'll try. We'll try and manipulate the camera so you can actually see. No, you might look at the camera will fall off. So, and then we'll all laugh, won't we? So push the camera in a bit there, and if I can get it to hold, we might be able to. Okay, so hopefully you can see me then. We can sit and we can get this front rain hoods off round here, and we can get this finishing strip off as well. Okay, so yeah, I've got some screws kicking about, which are NM screws, which I'll get to in a bit. Okay, so the front rain hoods, they're all done by 2 different lots of screws, I believe. So see if they come undone. Okay, let me just check and see what screws they are. So that would be 107, would it not, for the rain hoods? Oh no, that's 108. 108, is it? 108. So they would be BP screws, I think. Let's have a look. 108, the rain hoods are NM screws. Oh, so they are NM screws still. Okay, well, it's nice to check. It's nice to check on all the screws. NM screws they are. And yeah, let's have a check on them screws as well. They're all NM screws. So all these screws are right around here are NM screws. So we can take all them off and put them in the screw pot. Anyway, we can. So I'll move my screw pot around here, so I can hopefully easily chuck these in. Okay. And I've just noticed there's a load of chat coming, so I'll come and have a word with you in a bit. I'll just see if I can get a bit more stripped off. Yeah. Okay. But as I said before, it doesn't really matter if I scratch it now, because apart from the windows, that is, if I scratch it, I'm going to be painting all these panels apart from the upper deck ones anyway. Apart from, sorry, the top deck roof ones. So, okay. Oh, they're not coming off at them. They're going to be problematic. Okay. Well, some of them had to be, didn't they? So they are only NM screws, remember. So, okay. Let's see if we can manipulate this off. I may need my normal screwdriver. I'll put that away. So, okay. See if we can manipulate it with this little one. So, okay, nice and gentle. Are they going to come out? No, they're not going to come out. Okay, the feelers are there, actually, they're in, but it's coming out now, that one, I think. Got to be so gentle and try and get them out without breaking anything. We don't want to break anything if we can help, do we? Yeah, what am I going to use? I'm going to try and get these scissors, perhaps, because they're very thin. And that's it. We've pressed that one out. And come on, that one as well. We'll press that one out. Yeah, come on. Don't want to come out, wants to be awkward. There we go. So then that's nicely intact. So I'll just pop that down there. And then we'll try the other one. So they want them screwing. So difficult to see, I'm sorry, but it's with it being so big. But that's the appeal to me, this bus. It's so big, at 1/12 scale. So 12 inches to the foot. Sorry, 12 inches to the 12 inches to an inch. There we go. It's popped off as that one, and it's in one piece. Okay, so let's work on the shield bit now then. So if I remember right, there's 3 down there, down the center. So we've got to be careful putting these back together, because I want the integrity of the front of the bus to be right, and so I'll be looking at lots of photographs before putting it back together. And if there's any problems like the window bars are too thick or something, then I might try and solve that as well while I'm at this stage. Oh, that's come loose. In fact, that's off, look. So that is off. So goodness me. So it just fell off, did that, Wayne? So does that mean the sidebars are missing? No, the sidebars are there, but I'll take them off as well. So if I remember rightly, was there a strip across there as well? I can't remember. Anyway, right. So we'll take these side ones off and go from there. God, I love this build so much. I really, really do. It's certainly the best thing since sliced bread of these of any sort of ROUTEMASTer. The Sunstar ROUTEMASTer, the EFE ones, the Corgi ones, they aren't a patch on these at all. I don't care what anybody says. Sunstars are nice, but you know, 112. Think about the 112 scale. It's just so much in your face. It is really, really fantastic. And the reaction you get from people when they see it for the very first time is great. There's a rogue screw there for some reason. What's a rogue screw doing there? I don't know. It's coming out. Let's have a look. Okay, we've got that one, that one, that one, that one. I might as well take that. No, oh no, just leave that for now because we've got to work further back after this, I think. So yeah, there's a strip on this side, 4 screws, and we're on our way for the back again. One. Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. I will stand and defend these all day long. They are absolutely the bee's knees. So I'm not so sure that the Eddie Stobbart will be up to this sort of standard. I'm hoping so. Might be a bit outspoken here, but you know, the Eddie Stobbart standard wise is well, up to now what I've seen is not as good as this. Not as good in standard and in reality terms. I'm just hoping that when we get, you know, more metal work, shall I say, more outside parts, panel work and everything, that it lives up to its expectations. So we've got that one off now. So what we can do now is put all these bits away in the bag, because we've got all them bits from issue 107 and 108. So I'll just close that up. Just make sure, yeah, issue 107. And 1, 2, 3 strips there. Yeah, so there is a long strip missing. So, and I think that the long strip was for here. Right, where's the bag? So the bag, zipper bag. Zip. Okay. So what we've got that, and then we've got one. So just getting them into the bag. Sorry if I'm breathing a bit heavy, guys. I just I have a problem with my lungs, so I can't get a lot of air in sometimes. Okay, zip. So we've got that marked up, so that can now go away along with the issues. So, and then we can start on another issue. Okay, so I'm just going to move these magazines. I'll come and have a chat with you in a second. Just found another magazine. Magazine is 106. What's in 106? Let's have a quick look. Ooh, got a big panel. A big panel for 106 and a couple of strips and a load of screws. Okay, that'll be the next long panel along on the back end. So let me just move a few things across. I'll move the camera. Move closer. Move your body real closer to me. Yeah. God. Yeah. There we go. So, right, let's get that over there. Right, okay. Okay, let's have a look at the chat then. And I've got to have a drink as well because I'm a bit dry. Oh, God. There we are. So, cup of tea goes down. Lovely. Okay, right. Where was we then, guys? Where was we? So it was Alex Demetrius's comment there, so I'll understand that. Okay, so Max Mod said, I wonder what issue the Agora build will be at when it meets up with the Unbuild. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Interesting point as well. If I can keep up with this, doing a couple of issues on this a week, yeah, that'll be a very interesting point, that, Mark. So Spoon says, Jello all. Hello, Spoon. Thanks for joining us again. And Max Mod says, evening again, Spoon, at 17 after hours. And then Diara says, evening again, Spoon. Spoon says, evening again, Max Mods and D. And then David Bassett says, good evening, Spoon, after hours. And then David Bassett said, the rear dome came off nicely, Dave. Well done. Yeah, it did come off quite nicely, to be fair, didn't it? Yeah. So, and it looks like it's worked well with the electrics and everything up to now, doesn't it? So I haven't found any notes yet. So I'm rather hoping that he's left a note or something inside saying when it was built and who by and, you know, all the rest of it, because I just don't know any more history on it, really. So Spoon says, hello again, David Bassett, and Spoon says, I would have been streaming today, but Wabbit is catching up with their apps programs. Okay, no problem. And Kevin Ellis says that, Dave, the real vehicle, ALM 65B, doesn't have the rear dome style depicted on the EFE model. It has the rear dome depicted on the EFE model, but it doesn't have on the real thing. Yes, I'm quite well aware of that. But this one's going to have the it's going to have the rear dome on it, which won't make it 100% right. But then again, the EFE one isn't 100% right, is it? So, and there it is. Look. In the camera there, so I mean that doesn't look right at all, doesn't that back end on there? But there you go. That's the obviously the EFE one. So yeah, I know. I'm fully aware of that, and as I say, I've been on it in real life when Yorkies had it, and yeah, it will be our interpretation of. Okay, I'm going to start your comment. In fact, I might even try and let the dog out as well, because I think the dog wants to go out. So I'm just going to open the door and hopefully Christine will let the dog out for me. So come on then. There we go. Okay, right. So sorry about that, everyone. But we have a doggy and we like to look after him. So, right, yes. Well, keep watching, Kevin, because hopefully it'll look nice enough with the dome cut off, with the dome as is. There will be a couple of strips on the sides as well to represent the handrails going down the sides too. So, okay, so what we're on with then? We're on with the next one, which is 106. So I need a bag marking up with 106. We've got 2 strips, a load of NM screws, and a panel. Okay, so my bag. How are we doing on time? Yeah, we're 3/4 of an hour in, aren't we? So, okay. So maybe go for an hour and 20 or something. So 106 then, so 106. Okay. 106. Yeah. Okay. Right. Where is my screwdriver gone now? Okay. Right. So we're going to start at the back here, and we're going to take these off all the way around. Oh, let me need my screw pot as well. I'm going to be picking up screws forevermore. My lovely wife's just brought the dog back in, so bless him, he's been for a quick leg up session on the tree. Is it still raining out there? Is it? He says no, but it's a bit wetter out there now than it was, Dad. It's actually a wonder that we aren't on flood alert. That's usually we're on flood alert when we end up with a day or more's rain from several rivers that are quite close by. So I feel lucky. Feel very lucky. Certainly don't want that again if we can help it. It was not a pleasant experience. Okay. Right, so these are coming out nicely. Okay, one by one. There we go. On that. That's going to be awkward. Yeah, got to hold on to it for spinning round. Okay. It's on the mat. Okay. Right. Where does? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember this one. Yeah, because we go halfway down the panel. So I can actually move the camera a little bit. We go halfway down the panel before we reach the side ones of the strip of the side ones. So as we go down, we'll take them off, and then of course the roof panel will come off when we get the others on the other side off as well. The others across the top on the other side, because that's the way they're built. It's at this point when you're building it, when you're thinking, goodness me, all these screws, it's really doing my head in, all these screws, you're thinking. Yeah, but you soon come to the end of it. You do. Let's get that one out there. It is all worthwhile. It's worthwhile the weight, and it's worthwhile the build. Because at the end of the day, it's like 2 years. It's, you know, so something that takes you 2 years to build, or thereabouts, when you're waiting for issues, what have you. In a Geordie case, it'll only take you a year, because you can actually get it for a year, and you can actually get it for a lot less now as well, because you can accelerate it by 4 packs, and which they've made a big discount on as well. So if you wanted to get 4 packs, that's 40 issues at an accelerated rate for less than cost price. You can just get in touch with the lovely people there at agoramaodels.com, and they will sort you out. And I'm wondering sort of how many people this year's rally season will have one of these with their bus, with their ROUTEMASTER or with their RT or any other London bus as well that they take out with them at show season this year. And that'll be quite interesting to know and to see. Let's push that around a little bit. Especially if people's been modifying their models, you know, because not one is exactly the same. Especially if you're modifying them slightly by, you know, chroming the wheel nut protectors, or, you know, painting a white stripe on them instead of a cream stripe, or whatever. You know, there's all sorts of ways you can modify them to make them your own, which is good. Soon as I knew this model was coming out on the market, I said to my wife, I said, I'm having that. I said, I don't care. I said, I'm having that, and I said, I'm gonna modify it into an East Yorkshire one. I said, my dad, bless him, I said he spent all day with me when the first came out in Hull, 1988, 89, and we rode all day long on a ROUTEMASTER, in fact several of them, and he actually loved the ride out, and he thought that, you know, the fact that there was in the old colours, it just appealed to him so much, and they brought back conductors and everything. So I said to my wife, I said, yeah, that's what I'm doing one of them in. I said, in memory of my dad, bless him. Right, this is ready to come off, but have we noticed something? We've got 2 strips on the in the instructions, so I'm actually going to undo them strips right the way along as well before I actually take this off. So, and at the moment they're only halfway done, and that's because that's how Aldo is made. So I'll motor along down this side, and I'll get these off down this side, and I'll go to the other side, and I'll get them off, and then we'll be a little bit closer getting the roof off. Can you imagine how long it's taken those guys to make these, can't you? Those of you who are watching that haven't built this, you know, and quite a few of us have scratched our heads over various issues on them and what have you. And, you know, was that right? Was this right? And how are they going to do this? And we took a lot of, there's one of the strips. We took a lot of conjecture with us. You know, we just didn't know how they was going to build it and everything when we first heard about it. We first got some parts. And, yeah, it was really interesting finding out how these parts went together. Because each week we went by, we was thinking, well, does this do that? Does it do the other? You know, we didn't really know exactly how it went, and we used to say, well, I think it's going to do this, and I think it's going to do that. And, yeah, as guys normally do. But yeah, we enjoyed it. We enjoyed every minute of it. Right, so that's the other strip off. So let's take the roof. Okay. And there goes my dreams, because I thought there might have been a note attached somewhere in here. That's a nice clean panel. Clean on the outside, clean on the inside, and not much in the way of dents. And yeah. So we're down to the 2 lots of them off now. Another 2 to go, and then we've cracked it. So issue 106 needs to go in the bag. So let's just put that down there a second when I get this bag open. Right, issue 106 in the bag. What's that? Okay, right. I'm just looking at the news as well, which isn't very good tonight. Some sour news we've had recently, isn't it? It's not good. Right, that's it. The bag up. It's all in there. All nice and safe and secure. 106. Okay, so I'll put that to a side. Put the magazine to a side. And let's do another. Step up the pace a bit, shall we? So that's issue 105. What's in issue 105? Yeah, another roof section, another 2 strips, another load of NM screws. So let's get at it, shall we? Yeah, in here there is other little bits and pieces as well, but I am not going to touch them at the moment. And the reason for that is I just want to get it down to a framework, and then when I get it down to a framework, I'm going to take this framework off the top here and the top deck roof, so I can purely get down to the framework that I need to be cutting around and what have you. So, and then once I've got this once I've got this interior roof off, then I'm going to be looking at splitting the sides all the way around and take the whole top deck off as a 1 unit, and then I can obviously take that into my workshop for cutting and gluing and such like. Okay, so little bits like this, the rain shields down below, I'm going to be leaving them on for the time being, and I'm pretty sure that we can get away with things like that for now, till I can get the top deck off as a whole complete unit. So I will leave all these rain shields on and what have you down below. So obviously when we come to rebuilding back up, Them rain shields will probably have to come off anyway for painting, so I'll know where they are, and I'll make a separate note for them. So, but for now, it's going to be another roof panel. So, and that'll be the third one along. And I'll just find a bag. And we're slowly running out of bags. It's going to cost me a fortune in bags, is this thing. Right, oh, I've got blue pen all over my hand now. A mat. Oh, goodness me. Right, so this is 105. So 105. Okay, so 105 in the bag. There's my pen top. Might help me not get pen all over my hands, won't it? Put the bag down there, put that on there. Screwdriver is on here somewhere. Okay, let's go. So I need to get these off, and then I'll need to come and find out where I am in the chat, because I don't think I started actually. I can't remember. So anyway, doesn't matter for now. I just need to get on. So I'm rather hoping that there might be a message in the bottle in this, in the roof panel somewhere. That was another thing me and my wife did. We put sort of little messages in it when we built them up, and there's actually an idea that was going around at the time on YouTube and Facebook groups and everything, that are you going to put a little message in when you built it, how long it took you, blah blah blah, who built it, what date, and all that malarkey. And anyway, we did. We put dates in ours and bits and pieces and information. Yeah, so you never know when I'm not around anymore, and you know, my grandsons are all taking it apart or whatever, if I ever get one. So they might say, oh look, yeah, didn't know Grandad had a YouTube site. Let's go see what he was like. Oh my God, he was a right nutter. He thought he could sing, but he never could. No, that's spice of life, that, guys. If you can laugh at yourself, then what does it matter? Laugh at yourself, and whatever else anybody else does, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay, we're getting that out now. Bit of laughter makes the world go around, does it not? Yeah, better than crying. Now I can't actually see the computer. I'm just trying to manipulate myself so I can see the computer, so you can see a bit, but it's damn difficult to get this camera in the right place so you guys can see and hear and what have you. You know where we're going here. The hand on there, down that side, so you need to be back a bit on there. Okay, so hopefully you can see what I'm doing. There's me on there, so see that to there. Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, so we're beginning to take the strip off now down this side, and of course this strip is 2 strips that came with this side, this roof panel, and it's coming out nicely. These, and maybe he didn't put a note in it. Maybe he didn't put. Wishful thinking. It'd be nice if we put a picture of the Queen's face on as well, wouldn't it? Inside, if you know what I mean. 10 quid note would be all right. Wishful thinking. So, yeah. How do I know that he didn't store his ill-gotten gains up here in this one, or maybe? Oh no, I don't know. We're surmising, aren't we? Right. So I'm going to come this way now and have a look this way, and we'll have a over the top shot. it's loose. It's loose. So let's go there. So if I've got another bag, I might even take the front dome off yet. So what we've done up to now, we've done an hour. What is it, 11:15? 10. So we've done an hour. Have we? Okay, so will it take an hour and a half to do? Yeah, perhaps. Okay. We're motoring along actually, aren't we? We're doing well. Yeah, I think we are. Must be ever so strange for you guys watching this. It really must. Well, we're actually hoping that you guys that have not seen this before have actually got a lot more sympathy for us now, if you like, with all these down screws. What's your fingers sore for, Grandad? Oh, well, they only just put 3,000 screws in. What? Yeah, let's go that way. One there. Oh, good one right in the corner. Okay. So let's go back here now. And we're now on to the strip at the side, this side. Oh, got an awkward screw. Okay, leave it, move on. Move on. It'll come out eventually. Oops, it's down there. Okay, carry on. Sorry, you can't see much of me down at this side, but I've got, I think it's 5 screws left, is it? 4 or 5 screws left, I don't know quite. Just dropping them on my table here, because I need them out of the way. Okay. Okay. Right, okay. So that's that strip off. So where do we put that one? Put that one down there. Okay, are we ready for this then? Okay, the first time it's been off ever since it's been built. And nothing. Dear. Anyway, it's a clean panel, and we've got loads of screws, and we've got loads of strips and everything. And actually, all the lights look all intact nicely. So lots of spares, lots of bits and pieces I can use. So I need the bag, 105, 2 strips in, and the panel. Then we can move on to the final roof panel tonight, then, can't we? And then hopefully I can have a rest. So, 2 strips in there. Oh, so there we are. Zip the bag up. Shall I come and talk to you for a bit? Just get that out that way. Where's my issue? So it's there. So that's 105. Okay. The last one for tonight, and that is because this is the last one I've brought down, which is 104. So we've done amazingly tonight. So that little picture there is what the bus looks like at the moment. I don't think my camera will pick it up. It might do. So yeah, so it's got 1 roof panel on and no other panels. So what's in here then? Goodness me. Yeah, that's where all the rain shields are, of course. And the back window. Okay, yeah, I could take that out as well. Yeah, because that's on 4 screws. And yeah, we could take that out and then it's out of the way. So the front dome, 1 strip. Says the rain channels, but to be quite honest, I think the rain channels I'm going to leave on the rest of the sides of the bus. until I need to remove them. But I'm going to make a note that the rain channels actually go in this issue of 104. So let's the rain shields. Yeah, got one bag. Okay, so if I put 104 on there, that side of the bag, 104, and okay. So I've made a note of the rain shields on the bag. So what I'm going to do at a later date is actually put the rain shields in that bag, but not right now. So and that's because they are down the sides. Okay, so we've got loads of NM screws, we've got a strip, and we've got to undo that right around and then we take that front off. And that's where my fortune is then, guys, under there. How many 20s and 10s are under there, stuffed under there, look. Ooh. we wish. So if there's a lottery ticket under there that's a winner, I'll share it with you. How's that? And if there's 300 or 400 quid under there, then I'll buy you all a pint. Somehow. Yeah, just to show that I am a generous soul at the end of the day. Okay. Must be generous. I'm doing this. Gordon Bennett. The screws came out one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. The screws came out one by one. Hurrah, hurrah. God. Gets worse. So what will please me more than anything is that if I actually see you out on the show field sometime during the year, and you come up to me and say, "Is it you that's building them buses? Is it you that sings when he's doing that unbuilt bus and is doing that open top one and on YouTube? Is it you?" And I'll go, "No." I'll deny it. Actually, I've been in that position before. Today I was at a show and a guy came up to me and he shouted my name and he said, "I know you." He says, you've got a channel on YouTube. And I thought, oh my God, what's he going to say? What's he going to do, you know? Anyway, he said, "Oh, you're great." He says, "I watch you all the time." So anyway, by the way, if you're watching, thanks. So, no, I was really pleased to actually meet somebody. And he said, "I'm all the way from Aberdeen." I said, "That's where I live, in Aberdeen." I said, "Goodness me." I said, "What are you doing there then?" So he said, "Well, I've come to see the show." So anyway, that's the good thing about these little shows and that, we get to meet nice new people and what have you, and rather than just being a name behind somebody's YouTube or whatever. She's rather good. Come on. So I'm getting very weary now, guys. I've got about 5 or 6 screws to go before this comes off. I'm getting very, very weary. So, come on. Come on. It's been awkward. So, yeah, I'm going to want suggestions over what I'm going to do with the front windows as well. I don't know whether 812 actually had opening front windows or not. I can't remember. I'd have to look at some proper photographs. But if it did have opening front windows, opening front slider windows, then we're all right. We can crack it easy. If it didn't, then that might pose me a bit of a problem. Goodness me, that was under some tension. Okay, get that corner one out. That's terrible, that screw. Okay, and that strip is as well. Right, one strip and one thing. So, right, okay. Okay, let's put that down there. And then we'll take this off. Let the camera get into focus. Keep it still a minute. And see if it will. If not, I'll have to blank the camera and try again. No, it doesn't like it, does it? Come on, camera. Come on. Don't want to wait. Ah, there we go. It's better now, I think. Yeah, I think it's better now. Yeah, it is. Right, okay. So let's take this off then. Well, as expected, guys, we've got nothing under there. So unfortunately, I won't be buying you all fish and chips and a pint tonight. But never mind. We've had the entertainment of taking it all apart. So nothing under there. Again, it's got the scratches. It's actually scratched quite badly here, there and everywhere. It's got a bad corner bit there as well on the panel, but as a spare, it's perfect. So, and especially perfect if I'm going to paint it as well. So the next issue will come along then, guys. We're going to be undoing all this in one lump. Okay, we're going to be undoing all these screws around the edge here, and we're going to be taking off this interior roof. Okay, and I'll do that on a next show. And then this whole interior roof, because I don't need it for this particular build, this will be going you know, into storage straight away. I'm pretty sure that I can unclip the light switch at the light at the back. Yes, I can. And can I do that one somewhere? I think probably down there. Yes, it's already unclipped. So yeah, it's just a case of cutting the wire there. So the next series that we do then, we'll be undoing all these. We'll be taking this interior roof off and this exterior roof off. And then there is actually a little lad sat in the first seat, and I may leave him in there, I don't know. He's a little school lad. I may leave him in there because there's no need for him to get out, I don't think. And then what we'll do after that is we'll be working down the sides here. Oh, move the camera. So, and we'll be working down the sides, and where it's if I can lean over here, where it's actually fastened to the chassis here, to the other body parts, we'll be splitting it here all the way around. Okay, and then we'll be taking the whole top deck off as one unit. So I'm going to try and sort the wires out as well from the cab, because they're obviously joined at the back here, and I'll see if I can get them off individually so that we're not ripping any wires apart or anything, and I can maybe get it back together with wires, depending on what wiring's there, of course. So, and you'll have noticed already that the cab door is the cab door's actually jammed now, so it's been put in wrong, totally wrong. So that's why it's like that. But it'll obviously go back better when it goes back. So yeah, it's down to a skeleton now, I'm afraid, is this bus, and yeah, down to the old skeleton. The camera's gone funny again. So let me just move that back a bit and up, and hopefully the camera will come right. And in the meantime, I'm going to close my screw box for now, and then I'm going to get my panel and put it in the bag. There's the screw part. But the panel only comes with one strip, and we've got the bag mount as 104, and there's rain shields to go in it a bit later on, because obviously all the just going to come right out. So there we go. This is going to come right. Okay, let's get that in there. So one strip and the the front dome. Okay, usually the front dome that got bashed around, wasn't it, with the odd trees and what have you. So yeah, I'll put that up there. I'll put the issue up there, so that's 104 done. So hopefully 103. So I can't tell on there because we're going backwards in time. We're not going forwards in time. Right, I'm going to come and change my camera, have a quick slurp of my tea, and then we'll knock off. And we've done incredibly well tonight, so, and we certainly have. Right, where did we get up to? Yeah, we got up to there. So David Bastard says, Kevin is right, Dave. I didn't have the emergency window or dome at the back. Instead, there was a second rail that ran round the back above the safety rail on the LAN with the end of the lower deck windows. Yes, there was. Yeah, I actually have a picture of it, which I can't share now, but I have a picture of it with it there. And oh, look what I've seen. Can you see what I can see in that picture there where that blue arrow is? Okay. So, D. Harris, are you watching? And anybody else that remembers that strip that went missing? Look, it's just there. Look at that. Right? Well, let's see if we can grab it with these tweezers. You watch, it'll disappear again. So, come on. So, let's see if I can. I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave it there because it's stuck behind that bit of wire, and I'll get that after the stream, and I'll get my magnet onto it, which will pick it up. So anyway, that was lucky, wasn't it? Right, health and safety. No one should be on the bus when the mechanic is doing the major work on it. Laughing out loud. Yes. Well, actually, I've got on there. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 people on it. Yeah, there's 4 downstairs. So yeah. So D Harris says finally worked its way back out. Yes, it has. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I'm gonna, as I say, get that after the stream because I'll get my magnet on it and I'll pick it out. So yeah. So let me come back to chat, and we'll have a bit of a chat about what we're going to be doing next. If I can find my camera settings, come on. I'm getting really tired, folks. So right. Whew. Okay, so I'm back to you now. So all the bits are actually behind me. They're actually on this chassis here, which I'm going to put away later on. Okay, so they're all on there because I've been taking them off and putting them in the bags with the issues and everything. So they're all on there out the way. Spoon says, have they all got tickets? I don't think so. I think they've been free riders for ages. So yeah, I'll soon kick them out, don't you worry. Well, actually, one of them's got super glue to the seat, so it's going to be there for an awful long time. So D Harris says, another entertaining stream. Good night. See you next time. Yeah, thank you for that, D. Yeah, if you've been entertained, that's all right. That's my job done. And at least you've seen something completely different other than building, whereas we're obviously unbuilding. Okay. Right. Let me go onto my banners. I think all you that's already in here anyway are already members. But if you're not, here's our Facebook groups. We've got Build the ROUTEMASTER Model 112 scale. We've got Miniature Buses 112 scale and larger. We've got Build the Eddie Stobbart 112 scale truck, Twiggy in brackets. And then we've got DS models and vintage. And then we've got Hachette Titanic 1 to 200 scale. And I do believe that tonight, there is only a few of 1,000 members on the Titanic group. So if you haven't joined already, join please to make it 1,000 members. That would be brilliant. So and yeah, the admins across there, they would be absolutely elated that you've joined and made it 1,000 member group. So my groups will be nowhere near them amount of people, and yeah, it's not too bad though. I'm not particularly bothered about that. So God, blimey. Spoon says, where were we? The chat's jumping all over the place at the moment. So David Bassett says, great unbuilds again, Dave. Thank you very much, David. And D. Harris says, enjoyed the unbuild rebuilds. Thank you. And Danno's Universe says, great show. Well done. Good night, everyone. And David Bassett says, come on, Nan in chat. Only 3 of us have given a like for Dave. Yeah. Please, if you wouldn't mind giving us a like before you go out the door. Thank you. That would be most amazing. And subscribe to my channel if you already haven't done so. And in the description below is everybody else's channel in the community as well. So give them a join too. So okay, that's in the description below this video. Okay. I think all it remains for me to say now is thank you ever so much for joining me tonight. Thank you for all your support. It's been an absolute pleasure being with me tonight. With you tonight. We've had a bit of a laugh, and we've had a bit of a sing-song, and we've had a bit of a unbuilding, haven't we? So yeah, we've done a bit of everything, I suppose, really. So yeah, which is rather good. Okay. D. Harris says, night all in chat. And Kevin Ellis says, thanks, Dave. Great stream. Thank you, Kevin. Much appreciated. And David Bassett says, good night, everyone. So good night, David. Okay, take care now. Right. We'll find me Brandon and then we'll leave. Okay, so thank you ever so much. It's been a smashing night. I've really enjoyed it. Apart from I'm thoroughly worn out now, so I'm going to need my bed. And actually, I'm going to need a shower. So I'm going to need my bed as well. So I'm shattered. So thanks for joining me tonight. There is another show tomorrow night, which is Saturday night. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on that show yet. I've either got 4 things to do, but watch out for it. It'll be 8 o'clock tomorrow night. There could well be 1 tomorrow during the daytime, but I'm not sure, depending on how I feel. At the moment, I don't feel like doing another one, but I may do 2 tomorrow. And then on Sunday, it's Danno's Universe, where I'll be building the Enterprise. The Enterprise on Sunday. So that's giving you a couple of shows to look out for, and we'll tell you more about more of them in the next stream or 2. Okay. Just a couple more on chat then. Spoon says, night all. And my lovely lady wife says, thanks for joining us again tonight. Yeah, thank you, everybody. It's much appreciated. And okay, I'm going to hit the end button. And thank you very much, everyone, for watching. Good night. Take care now, and peace.